Hallelujah for us. Now, you can't look it if you're sitting down, so stand up and sing with us. I will talk it, I will be the every day. I will take it, I will leave it all along the way. If we want the world to see the love that lives in you and me, we gotta walk it, talk it, live it every day. I will see love, I will be love everywhere I go. I will show love, I will grow love, there's nothing if we want the world to see the love that lives in you and me. We gotta talk it, live it every day. Talk it, live it everywhere. What a way to get started this morning. Welcome to Unity of Music City, the little spiritual community that is of, by, and for authentic transformation. That is who we are and what we do, and we're so glad that you're here with us today. You are an important and vital part of the transformation that will happen today, and we thank you for being here. I've got a few announcements for you this morning. First off, happy Valentine's Day. Someone brought us flowers. Mary Ann Chambers brought us flowers. Thank you. And thank you for bringing flowers that don't block the view of the singers and the pianist. If you're really interested in keeping the authentic transformation train rolling this week, we've got a couple of opportunities for you. Lunch Bunch meets every Wednesday at 11:30, and let me tell you, that group is going to change the world. I'm just pretty much sure of it. That group is going to change the world. So if you want to be a part of that, and you've got some time on Wednesdays at 11:30, join them. They're studying A Force for Good, the Dalai Lama's vision for our world. And then, of course, Wednesday evenings, we always have a Wednesday evening class with just a few breaks throughout the year. But we're right in the middle of the Winter Feast for the Soul. 7 o'clock on Wednesday evenings. You can join anytime. You don't have to start at the beginning. A few things coming up on Saturday, the 25th. We have a Spirituality Unplugged potluck with Frank Castellano in the middle of the day. I just want to put that on your radar. But be sure and pick up one of the pink bulletins in the back so that you have all the dates and the details for everything happening here in the month of February. We've got something really special we're starting today. Go ahead and hit that, Crystal. There we go. When you walk out of here today, in the lobby is going to be a window with no wall around it, just a window. And it is to demonstrate for you a new campaign that we have running. Our finance team has started a new campaign to get some new windows in the Namaste Cafe. What this is going to do is pay for itself, first off, because it's going to save on the heat and air. It's also going to look a lot better, and it's going to let the light shine in, and it's going to let the light shine out. Right? That's right. Because we give God our best. And so this new window campaign, we need 16 windows. They're going to run $500 a pop. That means we need to raise $8,000, and we're going to do it by April 9th. Yep. And so it is, right? And so it is. And we declare that. So I want you to, as you leave here today, this is above and beyond your regular tithes and offerings. Be sure and talk to one of the finance team members standing by the window in the lobby on your way out and get the details of that. We want you to be a part of that campaign. We will be finishing that up on April 9th, which is the day after something else that's happening around here. Nashville Chooses Peace. Yeah, a little festival we throw around here. Nashville Chooses Peace. So it'll be a great weekend of celebration. All right, that's enough of that. Let's stand up and sing. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm driving in to the deepest side of love, to the sweetest side of love. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm gathering, get ready, my soul. I'm gathering to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of love. Get ready, my soul. Everything that ever thought, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment. Here to be I've seen life so clear. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, doesn't it get you just, especially Valentine's Day, you know, we'll take some sweetheart out on Tuesday night and we will commit our undying love. But we kind of sit on the side. Okay, I've done that for 20 years. We sit on the sidelines with our spiritual journey, but I'm ready to dive in. I don't know about you. Part of diving in is becoming socially aware and socially conscious. And Reverend D is going to talk to us a little bit about a special co-event we have with First Church Unity.
So most of you know that we have declared that we are becoming a force for good this year. And what that means exactly. And I was at a Gamaliel training all weekend. If you're familiar with that, that is people that are trained to go out into the community and organize people to do something. And I thought that I needed that training because I am pushing us a tad into something that most unities don't push themselves into. Know that I was in a training with over 150 people, and the majority of them were Unitarian Universalists. They are different than us. And some of us remember going to an event, and they stood up and sang we are angry, we are what kind of people? We are proud, angry people. And we were like, whoa, what does that mean? And so know that this weekend during this training, and not trying to pull you on any political side, because that's not what this is about, but know that Obama went through this training before he became a senator to be able to get people around him in some sort of a level. This training, they push you to find out what is the fire in your gut. Now, they labeled it anger. I had a hard time with that. Your little prissy minister had a hard time with going, because they would get right up in my face and go, what are you angry about? Ah, that's in my face. But I don't think that any of us can not agree that there are things that are going on in our world right now that we don't want to happen. Because when I had to get up and speak in front of those 150 people, I said the Sunday morning after the election, it felt like that there was a wake in here. Everybody was dead. There was this deep level of sadness in this room. And I said, I want to motivate this group of people to know that they can make a difference, that your voice matters, that what you do matters. And so we're going to be doing many things this year that we've not necessarily done, and we're going to piggyback with the other Unity in town doing some of those. They're going to help us with our peace event, but if you see, I talked about this last week, this is a documentary that I saw 2 weekends ago that blew my mind. Blew my mind. This little white girl thought that I understood, because I've had black friends, that I understood what it was about to be a black person in America until I watched this. And then I was mortified and sat and cried. And I cried. And I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried, and I thought, I can't handle this. So I called my buddy John McLean and I said, we have got to show this video. Know that there are some people over there that are a little alarmed that we're even going to show it over there. So that's a good thing. We need to show it. Because John and I have been told Black History Month is about celebrating. And I said, we can't celebrate until we know what these people have actually been through. And we stood up and said, as Network says, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. Anybody remember that old movie in 1976? So I am inviting you all. We want to fill up that sanctuary, which will hold about 300 people, for 5 o'clock in the afternoon to watch this documentary. Bring your Kleenex if you're like me, because you're going to see things that you don't want to see about what's going on in our prison systems right now, about what's going on in our school systems that are funneling kids into the prison system right now. No offense, just you know what happens to. And so we want to be a force for good. That's one way. I had a congregant the other day ask me, what are you doing this year? Because you're getting us involved in all these things. I'm going to be telling you next week about a new Wednesday night class that's going to be taught by two people from the other unity, and it's about the disagreements that are going on, that have been going on for thousands of years in the Holy Lands. I invite you to think about putting that on your calendar. Because if we are not aware as human beings, we don't have a voice. Does that make sense? So I'm inviting all of you that can and that will to show up, because we're going to have this. There are 2 or 3 of us that are going to run some discussions afterward. There is a person that works for the district office that's going to answer questions, because I can promise you, you will have questions after you watch the video.
And if you are actively being a force for good, you will need prayer. So I would like to show you some of the ways, that was the key, there we go, to request prayer. I wanted to let you know that we have a few new ways for you to request prayer from the prayer chaplains here at Unity of Music City. You can go directly to our website. There's a tab at the top that says prayer. There is a form there that you can fill out. It will come directly into the chaplain's email box. You can directly email us at unitymcprayer@gmail.com. You can think of it as Unity McPrayer. It's like a unitymcprayer@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page. All you have to do is go and like it. Prayer request Unity of Music City. Know that on the Facebook page, anyone who has liked it can see it. Some of you may want that. Let's get all kinds of prayer warriors working on sending positive energy to you. If you want a private message, just be sure and use the other 2.
Further ways to request prayer. Would the prayer chaplains please stand? You can request prayer here on Sunday morning or anytime. Contact us. We are here to pray with you. We also have 2 prayer boxes, one here and another one in the prayer room. So don't tell us that we can't be reached. Thank you. Sacred reading today. For 64 days, Unity of Music City will be focusing on a season for nonviolence, sponsored by the Association of Global New Thought. Our sacred readings for the months of February and March will be taken from daily writings about nonviolent choices and actions, the noble and courageous spirit within each of us. In this way, we become a force for good by moving ourselves and those we come in contact with in the direction of peace. The affirmation: I give my undivided attention to the one presence and one power. Together. I give my undivided attention to the one presence and one power. No matter what I am experiencing in the outer, I am called every day to spend time with the one presence and one power. How else would I develop a relationship? When I come to know God, I understand that between us there is no separation. My relationship with God, the divine, the one presence and one power, is the same as my relationship with myself. I am the stuff of which God is. God is the stuff of which I am. There is no difference except in degree. These facts lead me to know that I create my own reality. Mine is a micro-reality just as God's is a macro-reality. My world is a holographic image of the larger presence and power called God, called universe, called life. Therefore, God is a part of my process, just as I am a part of the whole. To clarify, this conversation is really about the systematic processes of cause and effect that never stop. It never shuts down. The universal law of cause and effect states that for every effect, there is a definite cause. Likewise, for every cause, there is a definite effect. This very basic universal law is something that is not generally understood and rarely explained, especially in groups of people who buying into victim consciousness. It can be confusing to me sometimes because it is my own thoughts, behaviors, and actions that are creating the effects that manifest as my life, as I know it. There are some days that I have a hard time understanding my own personal power. And so on those days, I spend time in the silence, building yet a deeper relationship with the one presence and the one power. I give my undivided attention to the one presence and the one power. And from Jeremiah 31:33, I will put my laws in their minds and write it on their hearts. I will be their God, and they will be my people.
So I ask you to breathe. And each of us has brought in something with us this morning, so breathe out any concerns or upsetness or discombobulations that you might have in this moment. Just breathe them out. And reset your breath. Some of us do that by placing a hand on our heart and placing a hand with our thumb close to or in your belly button. Just begin by breathing. And giving first your undivided attention to your physical body in this moment. Just scan it. And pay attention to what you feel. Pay attention to where it feels like the energy is flowing, and pay attention to where it chugs or stops or hurts. Knowing that in this very moment you can send that energy to any specific place in your body. Do it now. And then bring your undivided attention back to the one presence and the one power. Knowing that there is no separation between me and whatever I call God or universe or life. We're all one. And knowing that there may be times in my life when there is a situation where a person or something that is bothering me. And all I need to do is bring my undivided attention back to the one presence and the one power. In the silence. In the silence.